push you, and you've not even begun to walk through the valley yet. You want me at full gear?
In a night that felt like the end of an era, Jon Moxley's shocking loss to Hangman Page in a brutal Texas death match sent shockwaves through the AEW fan base. But it wasn't just the loss that had people talking. It was what came after. As whispers turned into confirmation, news broke that Moxley was officially stepping away from AEW, sparking a wave of emotion across the wrestling world. Fans watched in disbelief, processing the possibility that one of AEW's fiercest warriors might be heading back to where it all began, WWE. With raw emotion, exhaustion, and pride etched across his face, Moxley walked away, not just from a match, but from a legacy still unfolding. The epic Texas death match, a battle for the ages. From the opening bell, the energy in the arena was electric, a charged storm ready to explode. Jon Moxley and Hangman Page stepped into the ring not just as competitors, but as warriors locked in a deeply personal struggle. The Texas death match, notorious for its brutal and unforgiving rules, promised a contest where only the toughest survive. There would be no pinfall escapes, no submissions ending the fight early. Just two men pushing their limits to the breaking point. Moxley, known for his raw intensity and unyielding spirit, looked every bit the Warrior fans had come to know. Sweat dripped from his brow, and a mixture of fury and determination burned in his eyes as he exchanged blow after punishing blow with Hangman. The crowd roared with every slam, every crash of bodies against the unforgiving canvas and steel. The sound of flesh hitting flesh, the gasps from the audience, the gritty growls from the two combatants. It was a visceral spectacle that felt more like a battle for survival than a wrestling match. Hangman Page, meanwhile, showed why he had earned his reputation as one of AEW's toughest. With a steely gaze and a relentless drive, he matched Moxley's ferocity blow for blow, landing devastating strikes and enduring punishment like a man possessed. The tension between them was palpable, both men fighting not just for victory, but for pride, for legacy. The aftermath. Farewell to a legend. The atmosphere shifted dramatically in the seconds following the bell. Moxley lay motionless on the mat, his chest rising and falling with heavy breaths. The pain and exhaustion etched across his face told the story of a warrior who had given everything. Fans held their breath, unsure if they were witnessing a temporary setback or something far more permanent. Suddenly, the arena lights dimmed. The silence was profound, broken only by the soft echoes of Moxley's labored breathing. Then, a video played on the big screen, footage of Moxley's greatest moments in AEW, from his Raw debut to his most iconic battles. The montage was a moving tribute to a man who had redefined what it meant to be a champion in AEW backstage. Inside the locker room, the mood was somber. Word spread quickly. Jon Moxley was leaving AEW. The announcement, though quietly confirmed, sent shockwaves through the locker room and the fan base alike. What had seemed like just another intense rivalry suddenly took on the weight of a farewell. Rumors of a WWE return. The wrestling world reacts. Almost immediately after the confirmation of his AEW exit, the wrestling world exploded with speculation about Moxley's next move. For years, fans and insiders have whispered about the possibility of his return to WWE, the very place where he first gained mainstream fame as Dean Ambrose. Social media lit up with reactions ranging from excitement to nostalgia. Some fans celebrated the idea of seeing Moxley back in the WWE ring, imagining the explosive matches and new storylines that could follow. Others expressed bittersweet emotions, recognizing that his time in AEW had forged some of the most intense and beloved chapters in his career. Industry insiders suggested that negotiations between Moxley and WWE had already been underway, fueled by the shared interest of bringing back a superstar with unmatched intensity and star power. The question on everyone's lips: when, not if, would Moxley make his WWE return? The man behind the myth. Jon Moxley's journey. To understand why this moment feels so seismic, one must look beyond the ring and into the man himself. Jon Moxley, born Jonathan Good, has never been just a wrestler. He's a storyteller, a fighter, and a rebel who has consistently challenged conventions. From his early days in WWE as the unpredictable and magnetic Dean Ambrose to his transformation in AEW into the gritty, no-holds-barred Moxley, his journey has been one of evolution and raw authenticity. Moxley's fans relate to him not because of scripted promos or flashy moves, but because of his unapologetic honesty and relentless passion. He bleeds for the sport, and that sincerity has made him one of the most compelling figures in modern wrestling. His departure from AEW isn't just a career move, it's a pivotal chapter in a story still unfolding. What lies ahead? A new beginning or a final bow? While many eagerly await news of Moxley's next steps, the reality remains complex. Wrestling is as much about storytelling as it is about athleticism, and Moxley's story is far from over. Whether he returns to WWE, explores new horizons, or takes time away from the ring, his impact is undeniable. For now, fans can only reflect on the epic battle that ended his AEW chapter. A brutal, unforgettable Texas death match that showcased everything that makes Moxley special: heart, grit, and an unbreakable spirit. And as the dust settles, one thing is clear. No matter where Jon Moxley goes next, he will carry with him the respect, admiration, and love of a generation of wrestling fans who have watched him rise, fall, and rise again. We truly appreciate your support. Subscribe and be part of our journey.